Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Donna, and I have another reading, well, two actually, for Aries, Sun, and Pisces Moon. So it should be interesting. They're opposites, and get to it. Thank you. I also ask, I had done a little prayer for Spirit to be here, and I also ask for protection circle for our reading so it's clear and true to the best of my knowledge of myself. So, I have two decks put together. These are some older cards I haven't used for a while, but I really like using them. For some reason, I just felt like I wanted to use them for these readings. They also help with chakras, your energy. There's a couple other little extra cards in there. There's a couple decks put together. So I'm trying to shuffle all of that. So it's been a little while. Glasses on. I can see it a little better. Okay. As I was shuffling, and when I do the split, I kind of look at the cards, and I just had gotten mental conflict and temptation. Temptation is like the devil card, or the devil card is temptation, anything that you're tempted that usually isn't real good for you. And this time it came out temptation and purity. So this, I think I'm going to call this reading Tristan. Let's see what we have. Whoop. Okay. Oh, crown chakra. That's crown chakra. I'm getting a few out here first. So we have crown chakra. Oh, nice. Triumph and success. Suffering in silence. Discontent and boredom. Let me see if another one will come out. This one's sticking out. Let's see. Okay. I have some things to tell you tonight. Let's see. 5 more cards came out. Hang on. Oh, you made it. Okay, is that in the right order? Shadow of the Universe. Is that there? Okay. this down for a minute. Okay, so we had gotten crown chakra, triumphant success, suffering and silence, discontent and boredom, and then shadow came out. Universe. Emotional loss. Heart chakra. The light. And then choose wisely. Okay, give me just a moment. There's a lot of cards here. Let me just take a look at them quickly here. Okay. Okay. Alright, the first one, the crown chakra. With the crown, that has to do with being connected with spirit and your gifts, your intuition. Gifts meaning, I'm going to explain some of these things along the way in case you haven't heard or you don't know any of these things yet. Some people do. So we connect with spirit through our crown chakra, which is energy centers. The chakras are energy centers. The wheels within us, there's 7 within. They help like clear our body of energy, but it holds on to that lower energy that it clears. The crown chakra and 7 for me is spiritual number. You know, it's a God source number to me. It's also a number of gifts, your psychic gifts and your intuition. So with this card, and then this after, triumphant success, for me is telling me that you're connecting, that your gifts are coming online, so to speak, and your intuition is expanding. You may be feeling things or knowing things sooner or picking up on things easier than you used to before something happens, like that type of thing, like, or so you're kind of reading in between the lines and knowing things a little bit easier and quicker and maybe more in a psychic sense maybe. And then you have suffering and silence comes after that. So with you coming online like that with your gifts and all, you're also becoming extra sensitive to these higher vibrating energies that we didn't used to feel before our gifts were becoming known and open in our intuition. So you're becoming very sensitive to the energies and new energies here on Earth too, because they're getting into a quicker, higher vibration. So you're feeling this, you're feeling energies of other people, or possibly feeling with your gifts being opening now. So this can be confusing, and it can cause confusion and not understanding everything that you're feeling. You also can feel with, we're all empaths at some degree. Some are more empathic than others, and that means feeling other people's emotions. And so if you're feeling emotions where they just come on really quick, it can be like somebody else's feelings that you're feeling, and it can be confusing because you're not realizing. There can be an energy that comes in, and you may not realize that it's not yours. So it can make, you might feel like crying, or anger real quick. So usually when it comes on really quick, it's not your energy you're feeling. It's not your emotions. It's somebody else's. So this is the ending of a cycle too. We have lots of cycles that we go through, like short cycles. And the 9 is cycle. There's something not being seen, or you're not showing anybody because your back is to us. And then we have feeling discontent and boredom. Sorry. He's walking away. He's got a beautiful place, and he's looking out at a castle and all this green, and he's not content. So the 4 is building something new, or foundations, and it can also be needing grounding. When your gifts start opening up, and your intuition and your psychic abilities start opening up, we need to try to remember to ground ourselves, which is going into nature, or like connecting with the earth in some way, because it'll help pull that energy. Plus, this is also in a Pisces moon reading, which is the Aries sun. So being that you're also Pisces moon, it's a very psychic sign too. So we can be up there. We can get space, like if you're feeling spacey and lightheaded, at times come and go, or just not all the way there, connecting all the way. You need to be grounded, and in that way you can go into Mother Nature, or to go swimming somewhere, or just sitting on the ground, connecting, taking your shoes off, or leaning on a tree. Or some people use music too. There's different videos you can use for that too, to help you ground. Meditation helps, or just laying quietly and hearing what comes in from your guides, because you have guides that in spirit that are there to connect with you. And the 1, this was the beginnings, the triumphant success. See, and it's also truth. The sword is a symbol for truth. It's also a symbol for protection, cutting things away that don't serve you. And this may be why you've been kind of suffering in silence, because, having that need, or you have cut something away, or a person, or energy, or situation. And now you're in the discontent, boredom, and something new that you're starting, which goes to the shadow. And number 18, you add that together, comes to 9, and that's coming to an ending of another cycle. Now with the shadow, we all have even though your frequency within yourself is getting a higher vibration and vibrating quicker, and usually when it vibrates quicker, you feel better. But there's balance that needs to be done. Now you have shadow, which is your shadow side. Everybody has the shadow side, that darker side, And this is what you're needing to have to balance. Learn how to balance your shadow side. This can also be, depending on your situation, it can also be an actual person, not just energy, because we have a shadow side that is, it can become, as we get into a higher frequency, it can be like a separate energy from us. And you can feel that. Well, it can also be a person too that you're connected with somehow, that is of a lower frequency, which is when you're in the lower frequency, which is where we've been in 3D, it's negative, and there's a lot of fear energies and anger, or maybe depressions, like you know how just in that lower energy. So it can also be somebody that you had to let loose, let go of. And then we have the universe. '21 comes to a 3. 3 is also a good number. 3s and 7s are very God source connection. The 3 is where it has strength. It has the three sides of something, or the trinities, and you have the different trinities, and just want to go out of my head for a minute. The Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and then you have the Mother, Father, Child, and Earth, Moon, Sun, like the trinities like that are strength. And this to me is having that connection with just not a regular connection, but I think there's more to your connection with the universe, which would make sense because you're also a Pisces. Pisces is a sign that's that's kind of what they were about. They connect with spirituality and mystic type of energy, and so you have a connection there. It's very emotional. It's water, and then you have the Aries. That's of fire and passion and assertiveness, and it can go to aggression and go, and then Pisces is like the total opposite. It's water. It's emotion. It's very sensitive, and it's psychic. It's within, like, you're within yourself a lot. You might daydream a lot, and you like to create, and you paint, and poems or music. You're into all that on the Pisces side. So sometimes you really need balance because you're so opposite. So you've lost something, or you feel you have lost something, or you've had to let something go, which may have had something to do with shadow or another person, or something that you might have, can even be a situation or a way of thinking. It can be anything that meant a lot to you within your heart. So you're feeling emotional loss, which is a 5, which is it comes to a change. And you have the heart chakra card, which is number 4 is the grounding, building foundations, building something new. Um, the heart chakra is, this card has to do, with feelings. And a lot of times when we go through emotional loss, our heart closes. I keep forgetting things up there. Our heart closes up. And it makes it hard to, sometimes to open up for others, to have that emotional, especially with Pisces, they have a lot of emotion. And when you go through emotional loss, you can close your heart where you're scared you're fearful to open up to something again. So, and the heart needs to be open. Like I go through where it starts to open and then I'll get fearful and it'll close again. That chakra, I just want to close up again. And but your next card comes up, showing the light, reaching for the light. And the 19, the 9 and the 1 come to a 10, and it's beginnings. You're starting something new, and it has to do with the light or reaching for the light. And which, with you having your gifts coming up, and your intuition, your psychic ability, and the light's there for you. Spirit is there, right there for you. All you have to do is reach up and, ask for your guides. Make sure it's spirit, your spirit guides, because we have energy around us all over. Energy all over the place. And spirit can come with that, there's spirit everywhere. There always has been. We just hadn't noticed it so much before, and you may be starting to notice that now. And so it probably, might help to kind of learn a little bit about energy, electromagnetic energy, just the basics can help you understand spirit and energy around you, because you're becoming very sensitive to it. So the light, your spirit guides are there. When you call on them, you can call them. Ancestors, past loved ones, light beings. We're not the only ones here, so there's all kind of beings out there that are there, and they're, you can even have elementals and fairies, because usually we have like a mixture. So if you're feeling like there's, if you're feeling anything, or it feels like, or hearing, if your gifts are opening, you may be hearing something. Depends what your gifts are, because we all have the same gifts, but each one of us has a different, a stronger ability with one gift than somebody might have, with another. So call on your guides, ask them for help. They'll help balance you. They'll help ground you until you start to understand how to do it and how to learn to do it for yourself. They'll help clear out the lower energies from the chakras, because that needs to be done too. And so there's videos online for that. I could say in every video, if there's ones that you don't really like the video or that meditation, try another one, because there's all kinds. And there's many people who do the meditations that have really, really wonderful voices that make it really calm and easy to get into the meditation. Okay, you have another card here. You have many paths. So we come here. See, I'm thinking you came here at this time for a certain reason, to help with everybody, because you're starting an awakening journey. You're becoming enlightened, You're becoming higher vibrational and able to connect more easily with spirit and with your ancestors and your guides and your angels. So you've, with this not ancestor card, universe card, this tells me that you've come here in this lifetime to help others in one way or another, to help raise the vibration, whether it's through your creativity or helping people. There's many different ways. So, and that's another thing you're going to have, on your paths, you have different choices. Sorry, it's real hard to see this. You have different paths that you can choose from. You're going to have variety. As you go on, you're going to be like, oh, what do I do? Which way do I go? And here, look at you have your guides here. You have lots of water. Usually, spirit is really, they really like when you use your creativity. Like if there's something that you extra like to do, if you like to paint or write or whatever it is that you like to do that creates beautiful things, that's usually has something to do with that, your path and the way you're going to help. It can be singing, it can be cooking, it can, planning stuff, or just anything that you really like to do, that it'll end up being something like that in some way, where you're either healing somebody, helping heal in some way, or helping lift the frequency on Earth. So you will have different paths that you can choose from, and what happens is you'll get on your paths, and there'll be different learning experiences that you'll go through, whichever path you pick, and so I guess sooner or later you get to where it is that you're going to go, and they teach us that we constantly learn something new. So it doesn't matter what path you pick. I mean, of course, as long as it's because you want to go on that path, but it will teach you whatever it is that you're heading for. So, let's see. So far, alright, let me just look for just one more. Okay, so I have, is that not there on purpose? Okay, so far we have your gifts, chakras, you're connecting, which is like triumph, yay! Don't forget you have guides, you probably have angels too. Ancestors, past families are also guides. When you go into meditation, like you can, ask them for protection until you start learning how to feel the different energy and all that. You can still ask them for protection too, while you're in meditation, so that you don't have outer energies intruding in your meditation, right? So you can be clear and connect with your guides, or whoever it is you're trying to connect with. So then you have something that you were suffering in silence about, not saying anything to anybody, which is a normal thing for going through this. Just about everybody goes through this, and you pull back, you kind of hide out sometimes, and you don't say much, because a lot of people that aren't going through it, they don't understand the opening of the gifts and all, so it can be lonely sometimes, honestly. So that's understandable if you're going through something like that, or if you're having to give up somebody because they don't understand. You're feeling discontent and shadow. Like I said, this card, you have a reason why you're here, a path of why you're here, especially being Aries and Pisces. Your Pisces moon sign is what you're doing here and what you're going to be going forward with. Like if you look up, like if you're one to look up tarot readers or your astrology or anything, look up, I was going to say Virgo, look up Pisces too, because that's the one that tells you what's going on for your future. But with this card, like I said, you're here for a reason. The heart. This takes time to heal. Anything with the heart, and try, if you've been hurt, and all of us have through this lifetime, because we've lived a really negative time here on Earth. So, but even just, for our personal experiences, it takes healing to try to get over, to be able to start opening your heart and try to remember in your mind after you start healing to start, trying to open up your heart and with your mind a little bit. You have the light here for you. Reach for it. Reach for your guides and spirit and God. Prayer and in any way that you believe. It can be for church or religion or spirituality. It can be in just, even if you aren't involved in any of that, just prayer, because we always do it all the time. We don't even realize it. Asking for things, from God. But use prayer and thanking and gratitude, forgiveness. It will raise your frequency up higher, which will make you feel better, and it makes them feel better too. Spirit. And then you have paths. You have different choices coming up. And it just says choose wisely. Okay, so I have another deck, and I'm just gonna pull out a few cards. It's from the Starseed, and the Starseed Oracle. They're real pretty cards. They're more on a higher vibrational type of card and answers or readings, messages, I should say. And starseeds, you might be a starseed. Usually you are a starseed when you come here to help. If that was your reason for coming to Earth. And which might sound strange to you, I don't know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but it's something you can look into, starseeds, and which is what I thought too when I saw this universe card too, because usually that's when it comes out for me. Okay. See, in the universe it's like most of us aren't from here anyway originally, so but it's something you can look into, like Google it. If something doesn't sound right to you, try something else. Follow your intuition. Okay, let's see. We're things fast. So we had one, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So you do have a plan coming here. Let's see. There we go. Thank you. I remember. She's looking into the water, kind of like a scrying thing. Trying to remember your path, what it is you're here to do. If there's something like you feel like you need to be going in a certain direction, or like something you're forgetting something and you just can't get it. It can be something that has to do with why you're here, your path, and because we work out what our path is going to be and what we're doing here before we get here. You know, of course, we're born and live the life, and usually our life has something to do in teaching us for where our path is heading, for that path that you picked for this time. So this is, you know, trying to figure out your fated life or your destiny life. Let's see. There's somebody over you, watching over you. Where's the couple? Let me take a look for a moment. Hang on. What is that? I'm seeing different ones in here. It's like you have a woman or a feminine energy. It's one that looks like it has might have a mask. That can even be your own energy too. But there looks like one with a mask, so usually when there's something that has to do with the mask, it's they're not showing themselves totally. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with somebody you know. It's showing it in energy, but everybody has energy. Cleansing water, you're being Pisces with you is as your moon, water is a big part of you, a big part of what you need. We all need water, of course, but being Pisces is a very water sign, and it has to do with cleansing. You can take salt baths and pamper yourself, especially when you're still healing from some type of heartbreak of some type. So pamper yourself, heal. Spirit's real big on that too, for you taking a little time out for healing for yourself, and they rather have you healed and starting to feel happier and taking time to release the negativity from the hurt. Because when you heal and you start coming back and start trying to open your heart again, it opens everything else, and it raises your vibration, your frequency. When your frequency is raised, it helps raise the earth's frequency too, and everybody around you. Let's see if there's anything else coming up. Oh, see, another card saying that you're supposed to be here for a reason. Messenger, serious energy. Serious is a race and a place. It's up there. Bringing harmony and balance. So that's what, with your healing, you'll start bringing back a balance for yourself. And what'll help you too is meditation, being out in nature and the sun. The sun's good too, for your third eye or for your solar chakra, which is your third one up. And that has to do with the sun. So if you're out in the sun, that'll help you too. Okay, here's a... Thank you. She's got her heart area and chest and throat areas all lit up and clean energy just sparkling. See, she has her hands out. She's a messenger. You're a messenger of some type. You're here to help others. And as soon as you get yourself taken care of and healed, and it'll be something that'll constantly, you'll heal and then something else will come up. And then you'll heal again, and it'll keep going on like that. But you'll start getting used to knowing what to do and what's going on compared to the beginning part where you don't know anything, what's going on. So, but you're here to help others. You're a messenger. You said, look online. Something doesn't sound right to you, then it's probably not time for you to either hear it or it's not right for you. So don't feel bad about, looking somewhere else. Okay, oops, try one from here. A little one. I see a little one. Is that birthing as far as an actual child, or is that something new? Hang on, let me look at this card for a minute. There's something in it. Oh, crystals will help you too. Different crystals. What was I thinking? I was her hand, but I was thinking there was a little one, a little child. When I opened, somebody's sitting there waiting. Look, it looks like somebody's sitting. It's like they're sitting around waiting for you, like spirit. I don't know if you see her. But they're sitting around. They're like waiting for you to wake up. When I first looked at it, I thought there was like a really young, small, like child, toddler or littler. Now I don't know if that's an actual child, or it can also mean that something new is birthing for you. So some new ideal or something. Oh, look what comes up, baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. If you start thinking about it too much, then you start getting confused. Try to feel with your heart whether something feels right or not in your intuition. When the brain gets thinks too long about something, it tends to confuse us because we have our ego side that tries to talk us out of those kind of things, thinking that it's keeping us safe, from something different that we're not used to doing. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. She's going up the steps. See, it was like you had to leave somebody behind or some. See, each one of these is like, you know, her going a step. But this one down here, even though it's supposed to be the person up here, it makes me feel like this is another part of you, which would make sense with the shadow. So I don't know if it's somebody close to you or something happened to somebody really close to you that, you know, didn't work out right, or something that you need to heal from, like the shadow. That's what it makes me feel like, a shadow, which would be in this card would show as yourself, because it's showing you going up these steps. And this to me is also a meaning of your frequency, you know, it's getting higher. You're going up the steps and you're heading towards the light. See, and then you have the ships here. And you know, it doesn't mean they're coming to get you or anything like that. And but it's also showing, you know, this is Starseed deck, but it's also showing, you know, maybe there's more to know about you than you realize. This, I guess, is a nice way to say that. I mean, it's not that it's bad, but some people, you know, it's kind of a big thing for them to, you know, process. And a lot of people don't believe that. So, and that's okay. That's your, whatever you believe, that's you. So, okay, we the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. See, there is something. It sounds like a child, or is it an actual child? Or something that something new that you're starting, or that you have started, or you're trying to start, to make, or birth keeps coming up, mother's milk, deep love. You know, and you have spirit out there, and ancestors, and, you know, that are from so many places and far away, and they're all here, you know, wanting to help. So, and if you have family that have passed away, you can always call on them too. You know? So, I was going to leave it at that. Was there something else you wanted to do? I think that was it, right? Okay, so I'll go through it real quick with the cards. We'll just show you the cards. Oh, okay. I'm in the right order. Okay. Okay, you had this crown chakra, opening of your gifts, your connection to spirit. You have a connection to spirit there for you, which seems to be doing pretty good. So, like I said, if you're hearing anything, feeling anything, seeing visions, or symbols, or, you know, any that you don't normally get, don't get fearful. Try not to be fearful. Call on your guides, meditate, and you'll depending on your gifts, you'll either see things, and they'll give you like signs through, you know, through seeing things through meditation, or hearing things, or feeling things. It depends on your particular gifts. So, okay, and then you have the suffering and silence. Discontent and boredom. and then it went to shadow. So this can also be part of yourself too. So, which, yeah. And then it went to universe, being connected, spirit, and coming here to help at this time. Okay. And then you have the heart, emotional loss, and you being Pisces, you know, you might feel extra emotional because Pisces tend to get really emotional. And I don't mean that means that you're going all crazy or anything, but it just really, you feel it really easy. Pisces feel it really easy. And then you have the Aries, which can be, you know, sometimes it can be something that can be, you know, assertive or passionate. So you have the heart chakra. Take time to heal. Try to understand what it is that made you feel like you were suffering, and that what exactly it was that made you feel that hurt. Because hurting too, like emotional hurt, is also a fear, lower energy. So you have the light. You have the soul plan. You also have your paths here too, so different paths. Messenger. Baby steps. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. And deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. And see, you have all the different ones just there for you. There's so many here. And if something doesn't feel right, call on, you know, the way I would do it is like call on your loving, compassionate, peaceful guide or angel, or, you know, whoever it is you feel like you're connecting with. So. And that's it. So I hope it, you know, helped you in some way. If you have any questions or anything, or just let me know. And you guys have a really good day or night. It's night right now. But have a really nice healing. Okay, good night.